Boa noite, pessoal. Vamos aqui para a nossa última apresentação do VTEXDay aqui na track de arquitetura. Vocês viram a demonstração do live shopping lá no stand da VTEX? Se vocês não viram, depois vocês podem ver, ainda dá tempo. Mas aqui a gente vai falar um pouco de como é que funciona por dentro, falar os detalhes de arquitetura, de como é que isso está implementado. Tá? Então é bem legal, um pouco mais técnica a apresentação. E aí eu queria convidar meus colegas aqui, Rafael, Santiago Naranjo e Alicia, para fazer a apresentação aqui. Obrigado.
Inglês, né?
Ok. A apresentação vai ser em inglês, só lembrando, canal de tradução simultânea aqui é o 5, tá? Para o português, se quem quiser usar o fone.
All right, great to be here. Last one of the day, competing with Geraldo, so it's gonna be hard for us, Santi. Everybody has a lot of attention there. But I would like to introduce my guest here first. Santiago is the CEO of the company, and more than that, he's the founder of Live Shopping. So, Santi, more than executive, is entrepreneur, founder. It's amazing to have him here. I love Santi for many reasons, but especially for this panel, when I was looking for someone technical, I was like, no, I can't do it. I'll study and I'll do it properly. And he brought some help, Alicia, representing the Chief of Staff team. No.
Here.
Is it on now? Oh, yeah, now it's on. First, I want to apologize for my voice. This is because of the AC. I haven't even gone out yet, but apologies for this. But yeah, I'm in the Chief of Staff team of Santiago, and we've been working together in live shopping a little bit, so that's why I'm up here today to support the teams.
So, perfect. The idea is to talk the first 6-7 minutes about the trend, how we were able to see the trend, and then how the hell we define that we are going to build this, and how we did it. And the most important thing is the mistakes. So, from the trend, from the idea to the product, a lot of mistakes in the middle. So this is what we want to share, because maybe you want to build a product in the future and you cannot take advantage of our process. That is the idea. And I invite Alicia because she's an amazing person. She's smarter than me. And I asked her to help me with the communication of this panel.
Thank you, Santi. Should we?
Let's do it. And before we start, I have the question that has been on the table for live shopping. Is live shopping the next fad, or is it really the next trend? Is it the paleta mexicana fad, or it's going to be the future of commerce? What's your take, Santi?
So, it depends on the region. In Asia, live shopping, it is the reality at the present. 50% of the orders of live shopping in Asia is being with more than 16% of conversion rate. So when we are going from 1% to 16%, it is way a difference. So it is a trend. And every day we have more people using video and connecting with live tendency.
Yeah, I also like to add that I think we've seen a lot of growth in Asia. We'll get into that a little bit later on, but I think it's clear when you see platforms like TikTok, for example, right? Social media platforms like it are growing massively. I think new generations are also digitally native, right? They're used to, they love spending most of the day on videos, watching reels and stuff like that. So, like Santi mentioned, we did have a panel this morning about Asia, and they mentioned that the US and Europe were just behind the curve. So I think in spite of seeing this growth in Asia, and maybe not seeing so much yet in the US and Europe, we'll see a bit more of that.
And you have seen some cases in the main stage with Samsung and others, but I haven't seen some data. Can you share some data with us with the biggest live shopping trends that we had?
Of course. Can you bring this up? Go on.
And now we begin.
Perfect. Can you share?
Yeah, for sure. So this is a bit about the growth that I was mentioning just now. So to give a little bit of context into the whole history of live shopping, it pretty much started in about 2016 in China with Taobao. And we've seen incredible growth up to the point that today, 1 in every 4 purchases that are made online are done through live shopping in China. And for example, between the years 2017 and 2020, we saw a growth of about 280%. And the revenue in 2020 was of 171 billion through live shopping in China. So, and like I was saying before, we see still Europe and the US a bit behind the curve here, but we see as well that the audience is picking up. We see a bit of a appetite for shop entertainment, and we see a lot of that in LATAM as well, with the growth that we've experienced with their application. And our team here knows as well about is at a great demo yesterday.
And I have a question. Live shopping, there are many solutions nowadays. What's the key benefits of the VTEX live shopping app compared to the other solutions?
Perfect. You're gonna start.
Sure. So I think a key benefit, especially if you're a VTEX customer, is that it's natively integrated with VTEX. So there are a few solutions out there that require that you, for example, manually upload stock, and after the live event finishes, you have to once again manually update that. But with VTEX, this doesn't happen. Everything is automatic. And we also have our native live transmission studio, which is called Bundle. And we'll get a bit into the architecture in a second. So I think that's a key benefit. I don't know, Santi, if you want to add anything.
No, it's one solution, integrated, ready to use. 12 clicks and you are live. The difference is that architecture that we're going to explain bring a lot of quality, easily to manage, and then also that we are integrated with the core of the product. You can bring analytics and understand the behavior of the user through all the live shopping experience. And that is going to be a difference because we are seeing live shopping as a marketing tool and a commerce tool. So you need to have the power of the two worlds.
Amazing. And Santi, before we deep dive on the architecture, and Alicia too, what was the biggest live shopping night, biggest live shopping event that we ever had with the app?
That is a good question, but I'm not sure if we're allowed to share yet the information, the data.
No, what we can share is first, this is a trend, and for the builders and entrepreneurs, you need to adapt. So 1 year ago, when we were launching live shopping was anything, zero. No, even the brands want to receive the product for free. But we continue investing in this. So one of the challenge was how the hell we are going to accelerate the trend, because the trend was already there in Asia, but in Latin America was not. So we need to create like activity or marketing. So one of our amazing guys, Manu, set up this idea. Why we don't do like a festival and we do invite six clients to do a live shopping event together and bring this up. So we started with Chile, with an amazing Chilean team, and that's what all over the news. Everybody was talking, everybody was like really seeing in the papers, and then from this point, the brand started to talk about live shopping. I want to know a little bit more. So part of the building, not in the architecture, not in the code, but also in the marketing, the most important thing is to have the product in the correct moment, in the correct time. I will give you, for example, this idea. I don't know if you got, but YouTube was not the first streaming solution. Google was not the first search engine. In fact, a lot of companies got broke before YouTube. What's a streaming solution? What have YouTube and Google? Of course, an amazing product, but also they were able to understand the wave of the trend and be able to accelerate in the correct moment, understanding the needs of the product. So this is more of the business architecture to how to build and when to build it and when to push. Maybe you have today the most amazing metaverse product. Nobody cares. Nobody is yet in the metaverse. So I'm not saying that you cannot build something for metaverse, but of course you will need to build and create the strategy to accelerate the trend to your product. So this is one part that I want to share.
Yeah, and I think the answer is we cannot share all the details, but we are generating millions of dollars already, and it's just
That's
the beginning.
True,
Yeah,
just the beginning.
above, we have clients that are doing more than $1 million in one event of live show. More than $1 million in one event.
That is amazing.
It's real. It is Latin America. It's not Asia. It's Latin America. More than $1 million. Easily 30 minutes, 35 minutes.
I think we do have a slide on numbers, if I'm not wrong.
Let's see that. And Alicia, can you give us an overview about the architecture?
Yeah.
And what are the
Please
key
do.
differences?
Oh, these are the numbers. So just to briefly cover them, I don't know if you want to continue with
A few
your-
examples of successes that we had together with the
So-
live shopping app. Yep.
So what we are seeing here is, first, everybody is looking to engage the customers. So what's seen every single day in e-commerce is the average time on the website is going down. This is a trend all over the regions in all the platforms. Why? Because every day the platform and the website are more similar like an Acrobat Adobe document. You know that you can steady there. Everybody's looking for interaction to be able to engage. You want a real expression of what is happening there. So I am a real believer that the website and the website that is building right now is going to die. It's not going to be more steady like pictures there. So that is a game changer in live shopping. The average time is multiplying by 4, are people engaged, happy in your website. Second, the average order value grow. Why? First, you have the emotion. Why you bring a huge setup of thousands or even millions of dollars of a physical store? In a physical store, when you are walking for the 5th Avenue in New York, you want to excite the people. You know, when you get there, you smell amazing things, you see the lights, the setup, the floor. It's a whole experience, and then you create a connection, an emotion with the product. That was missing in the e-commerce solution, was a non-relational commerce. And now, with live shopping, you are able to feel the energy, not only from the host, not only from the brand, but also of the other customers that are in the live shopping, interacting, sending memes, GIF, chat, all over the live shopping. So that is powerful. And conversion rate, I don't know if we are sharing this public. Yeah, conversion rate, I know we were very careful, thank you so much. But we are seeing conversion rate above 16%. Why is that? Because normally if you have someone that is in the live shopping, it's because he's really interested. Second, he engaged. He don't need to do more questions, so they are able to close the order there. What's happening with a lot of websites? I don't know if you have this idea. We have this huge retailer in the United States. I don't remember the name. The one that you go to check the product and then you go to buy it in Amazon.com. What is the name of that? Well, the majority of the retail in the United States became like a shelf for Amazon. We go, we see the product, we like it, and then we go and buy it from Amazon.com. So the change here, that you are able to see the product, to make the question, to really check, even to see surveys or like reviews of the client, and then you're going to close the order in that exactly moment. And this is the game-changing experience. Not even the technology, it's the experience that you are able to have in the field, but right now in your house or in your phone.
I think that's a great point. The analogy is for physical retail, you have conversions of 50%. Why should we be happy with conversions of 2%? Right?
Exactly.
If you can at least find the middle, 15, 20%, it's going to be amazing. So thank you very much for that, Santi. And now we should look into the architecture. I think here's the challenge. What makes the architecture special for live shopping? And I hear the scalability is a big thing for the architecture. I would love to hear why.
So, Alice, do you want to start or?
Sure, yeah. So one of the key things that we're going to see now when we start talking about the architecture more in detail is that the way the solution was designed was to make sure that customers that are using live shopping don't have to compete for resources. So it's completely scalable, and every life runs independently of each other. That's key, because that means that will then translate into a frictionless experience for the user or the audience, right, that's then watching the live events. But I'll cover a bit more now when we look at the architecture.
If I can add on that.
Please do add, yeah.
First, I will tell you a history on how we start to build it and why we define to have two architecture of two products in one. So the first lines of code was just a single HTML that can bring OBAs of streamer solution that are broadcast solution inside the CMS. We were able to do that, but we are always facing challenges like stability, scalability, And of course, we didn't have the capability to bring catalog or inventory. That's a huge challenge there. I was so scared about performance because live shopping is everything about connection and performance. So I find out that in the market we have OBS and StreamYard, but they don't have specific quality to be able to bring for each of the VTEX stores. So we understand that we need to build not only a set of API that you can create as a business solution for the live shopping event, but also, and more important than that, to create our own studio. That is something that changed everything. So we need to understand that the product at the end, what you are seeing, is a sum of different products. But nobody knows that. But your architecture, your team need to know that. Because then you are going to see, how the hell I create a live shopping with 12 clicks? Because we are able to set up different products and without create any noise or any friction in the onboarding.
Excellent. And Alicia, in terms of implementation, how hard is it? And how does it look like for administrator to create an event?
Great. So in terms of implementation, it's actually quite simple. So as you will know, this app is available on VTEX's App Store. So typically it depends on if our customer is running on legacy or VTEX.io, but typically it's a very simple process. And it's just a matter of downloading it on the App Store, and there will be a few lines of code to deal with, but it's very, very simple. And then in terms of managing the actual live event, it's the same. There's only 3 steps really to create an event and actually go live. You would first create the event and activate it, configure whatever you want to configure from the admin, so whether that is questions that you want to send out while you pre-configure this, and then they will come out while the event is live, and that's some tool of interaction you can use with the audience. You can configure a few things as well, like a carousel and things like that. That would be the first step. Second step, you would just go to our, in the case that you are using VTEX as your e-commerce platform, to our site editor, and that's where you would select where your live shopping component is going to be placed, right? Do you want it on the home page or on a different landing page? This is where you would define that. And then finally, you just have to go to bundle, which is that live streaming or live transmission studio we talked about and we'll cover later on. And that's where the host will jump in and where the video will be recorded to then be displayed on that landing page. But there's just those 3 key steps to configure that live event before going live, and it's really simple.
Awesome, thank you. And what's the story about the bundle? It's a new feature, it's a new technology, what is it?
Yeah, can we go to the architecture? It would be nice to show you there.
Sorry, we do have a slide about the architecture. Maybe we could cover.
Let's go to the another one.
This one?
Yeah, that is my language. So, so thank you so much. So, first is, as I told you, we have our own solution that was able to be built that Alicia will explain. But when we end this part of the solution, we understood that we need to connect this solution with a broadcasting partner. At that moment was OBS or Stream, but why we need it, I think is the question. Why we didn't just be happy to connect with the Stream and OBS? Because everything in live shopping is about speed. It's about performance. It's about stability. And every single millisecond that you need to go from OBS, StreamYard, or any other partner, you will lose performance and you will lose the clients. 80% of the audience in Latin America use iOS with a 3G or 4G internet connection. It is not 5G. We are not building product for New York. So we understood that this change make all the difference because nobody gets that you have a bad internet. Everybody's going to say live shopping is not working. So we need to start building from the necessity of our clients and not from the desire of our product or even our engineers. Our engineers were saying, no, we need to start to build in 5G because it's the new trend. Yeah, it's a new trend, but it's not the reality. We need to start to build from that. And this is how we did it.
That's very good, very nice. Do you want to deep dive a little bit more on the architecture?
Yes,
Yeah,
Alicia prepared something spectacular to do it.
I'm sure every single developer or technical person sitting here will know more than me, and so will the founder of the application. But let's give it a try. So As you can see, I'm going to use the pointer. Okay, perfect. So I'll start with the VTEX.io layer that we have over here. So as most of you will know, VTEX.io is our low-code development platform. And there's a couple of components that I want to have a look at here. We have the admin, which I already explained a little bit about before, but this is where the user will create the event. We'll decide, for example, if there's specific words that they want to make sure are blocked from the chat. So that's something that we allow as well. If there's specific words that you want to make sure that the audience cannot physically input or send through the chat, that's where you would take care of this. And then we also have the storefront component here, which, as I said before again, is where you decide where that live shopping component will be placed on your website, what landing page, right? So where it will be displayed, where the audience will be watching it from.
Again, the why. Why we built this company and we didn't put it by default in one piece. Because we need to build things being humble, understand that we don't know where the product is going to. If we are building a product, believing that we are the smartest one and we understand the trend, we are going to kill the product from the beginning. We were able to build this storefront, and we took 5 more sprints because I was thinking, maybe in the future, live shopping is going to be in the product page or in the home or maybe in another website. And you know why? After 2 or 3 months that we were working about, some clients told me, Santi, why you don't bring a page where you can have all the live shopping together, a video recording? Can you go to amazon.com/live? And when I see it, I say, wow, this is amazing. And I asked to the developer, I say, yeah, Santi, we can do it because we built this component 3 months ago. And we didn't talk about that. We need to build a microservice product from the beginning because nobody knows the future. So you need to build this KPI of how many steps you are able to split the products and services to be able to be a future-proof solution, and being humble, understanding that you are not the one that understands everything.
Santi, Alicia, fantastic. I'd love to know more about this. Do you have something?
I think we'll continue a little bit talking about everything else we see on the slides. So I'll briefly cover the databases that we're using, so at the top here. So we used to have Mongo, but now we are running on Cassandra and DynamoDB. So Dynamo has historical data about orders, for example, and then what Cassandra is used for is for the information or the data from the real life chat that we have on the live. So Dynamo is more powerful. That's why we have the statistics and historical information, and then this is just for the chat. And then we've got the orchestrator, which basically, so whenever we create an event here, the orchestrator will manage all the requests that come from the user, right, that has generated that request. And then essentially, there is a part where the user will have to activate the event after creating it. And what that does is that gives the orchestrator a few minutes to pretty much input the information into the database and then create that CloudFormation layer up there. Don't know if you'd like to compliment here, Santi. Good?
Perfect, you did it perfect.
Great. Awesome. Yeah, essentially, and then at this point in time is where the user can already, the moment that the event is activated and this has already happened, the user can enter bundle, which is, what do you want to answer?
No, I want to do a question. For this guy, you are using
Running
Mongo.
away.
We start to use Mongo, and now we are using Dynamo. Why you change from Mongo to Dynamo? Why?
Do you want me to say it?
Yes.
Well, because
Maybe he can explain to you, but you can say it. What do you
I'll
think?
give the short answer.
So Alicia can do it.
So we used to have Mongo, but then in order to optimize the cost for data transfers, we decided to move on to these two. So that's my short answer, but I think Alfonso, you can probably
She's right, absolutely.
Exactly. So
give a longer, more
That's it,
detailed
yeah?
explanation.
So again, another mistake, and we are proud to have this mistake. We start in another database. We are doing Mongo. After a lot of events, we screw up. It didn't work. Was huge expenses. My CFO wanted to kill me, and then we were able to change to a different database that were more flexible, scalable. So no problem to have mistakes. Building is mistake by mistake. It's not success by success. It's mistake by mistakes.
Awesome. I think,
Yeah, we can go to the next slide.
should we talk about bundle now?
Yeah, you can do it.
No, I think that's going to be on our co-founder, Santiago. You can talk about one. Give her a little bit of a, share the stage with you.
So to simplify, we need to have a capability to bring the catalog, the inventory, the cart in a software that can be able to connect catalog, inventory, logistic, promotion, cookies in one way. So this is technically why we need to be able to put our hands on the bundle. Nobody's going to open the code for us to bring this like a piece of code inside the bundle. Not even YouTube, not even OBS or StreamYard. So we find a good partner, maybe you know them, AWS, a fine solution, it's called IBS. So they give us all the access. So we bring the solution and we are able to connect and send all the data through our orchestrator to our IBS solution. What does this IBS? It's able to storage all the video, all the data at the same time that we are doing like 1,000 live. Why we need to store that? First, to be able to understand the analytics of each live shopping. This is more important than even the live shopping. Second, we need to be able to use after the live shopping the video. So we need to be able to storage in a cheap way, easily, low cost, the video. The hosting of video is almost 5 times expensive than pictures. And all the trend is now video. I don't know if you got that the last resort, like 3 months ago, showed that the first website that was able to beat Google was TikTok. For first time, TikTok have more users than Google. And you know what is TikTok? It's just videos, just videos. So we are able to do this very, very cheap. And this is the biggest trend because nobody wants to pay $1,000, $2,000 monthly for this. So this is the big, the most important part of the challenge. And finally, why we are using two databases. We are using two databases to be able to use efficiently and to be like proactive. First, you use Cassandra for all the data of our chat. Why is important the data of our chat? All the CMOs, and you need to think what you are building, CMOs is equal to your cash. Think like that. Chief marketing officers, like the people that manage the marketing inside the companies, are the ones that have more budget to buy solution, to invest. So we need to provide something to them because we are going to bring budget for our solution. So all the information that are in the polls that you need to understand, do you like this product? Why you don't like it? Why you want, when you don't want to buy it? All this information, it's like a survey. It's a huge research. So they use this data and they need to use it like 1 or 2 times. And they put this data in another database that they use for research. So it's different database in Cassandra. With Dynamo, it's video. What we do with video? We need to storage, but we need to be able to call it every time that we need it live. The information of the chat, you're going to storage and you don't need it, you can to use it locally. But the video, you will need to use it in any moment live and call it immediately. So you need a powerful database. This is what we are doing Dynamo 3D.
I'm so impressed with you too. You're tech people. You're devs. I didn't understand half of it, but I think they deserve a round of applause.
Thank you.
We started the day, the panel competing with Geraldo. We are almost competing with Tiaguinho now, so it's going to be big. So I want to do just a lightning round of business questions for you. Sharp answers. No going around. First one. In terms of categories for live shopping, there's the obvious ones, right?
Of course.
Which ones you think are underserved that could be using live shopping way more and it's not yet?
That's a great question. Well, like you mentioned, right, the obvious ones would be like electronics, maybe beauty. But I do want to say that we've seen, for example, in fast-moving consumer goods, we've seen this happening. So we actually had an event ourselves where Nestle had a chef come live, and while he was cooking, the ingredients that he was using were being sold. So they spotted an opportunity there. And even though we may not see this, being used globally or widely, this is an opportunity. And we've even seen it or I've heard about the aviation market. So even selling planes through live shopping. So in reality, any category can be used for this. So.
Yeah, and I think if you manage one of these categories, you meet these people here, they're gonna make you believe live shopping that works for you, for sure. And Santi, what's the future of live shopping? Today, we have a good base of clients, but we have a huge base of clients in VTEX. How far can we go within our base, and are we going beyond our base?
So, first of all, we have more than 100 clients thanks to Manu and Marcela and all the people that are working, and Nico. So, congrats, team. I think we are going to arrive to 200 clients. All of these clients are paying, so it is not another feature. No, it's a new product, and the clients are paying. And this is what we need. If the clients are not able to pay, it is not so amazing. So we need to be able to show that. So everybody is asking me about the future of live shopping, and believe me, I am thinking like crazy. So first, my personal opinion is we are seeing different trends of gamification. Also, we are seeing different trends of augmented reality. And of course, we are seeing trends of artificial intelligence. For sure, one of these three are going to be the one. The problem is, when we are entrepreneur, we don't have 6-7 million to bet in the 3 horses. This is the problem. We are not able to bet in gamification, in AI, and in augmented reality. So this is the kind of decision that you as entrepreneur will need to face. So I'm going to give you my rationale of how I'm doing and what's creating the new roadmap of live shopping. So at the end of the day, it's a bet. At the end of the day, you need to follow your gut. And also, you need to work in things that you are passionate about. So everybody is telling to me that Santi is augmented reality. You know what? I am not excited personally about augmented reality. I am seeing the crazy video of IKEA measuring the seats. I see this video for like 20 years, and everybody is selling again and again. I saw Tim Cook saying this 3 weeks ago. I say, man, it's the same speech that Jeff Bezos did like 1 year ago. So I'm not saying augmented reality is not powerful, but we need to bring money on the table. So AI is also powerful, but you need like a mongoose quantity of data to be able to have powerful insight to create. I am betting more in gamification. Why gamification? Because it occurs to me that live shopping is about human interaction, not about AI, not about augmented reality. And again, it is my personal bet. Maybe in a year you're going to say, this guy fuck off. But my personal bet is that live shopping is about human interaction. We want that. We want to connect, not with machines, not with pictures, with personal. So when we have gamification, you are able to bring, for example, if we reach these 1,000 viewers, we are going to unlock this discount. If we invite all your family to buy this product, you are going to be able to win another one. If we create, I don't know, a community that is able to create live reviews and invite other people to do it and to bring research for the retailers or give like the insight for the retailers, all the supply chain is going to add the value because they are going to build what they really need to build and not to give a huge discount at the end of the chain to be able to sell this product. So my personal bet is everything about human interaction. My personal point of view of building products is starting with the human, starting with the problem, and then try to find a technology that is going to solve this problem. But again, this is my personal bet. I don't have a lot of data. I just want to do this because it's the thing that big passion about it, and I want to work in passionate. So this is it.
And this is how we do it in VTEX. We go, we try, we see if it works, we keep improving and move on. So amazing job. Thank you so much for all the details, and we'd love to have some questions from you. I'm amazed that you're still here after 2 long days. So if you have any questions, please shoot our way. We are happy to answer.
Question? We have two here.
You go first.
Okay, thank you very much for the presentation. Really, really interesting. I was thinking on the architecture that you presented was VTEX.io. And do you hear me there? Okay, so in the architecture, I saw VTEX.io there. And with VTEX.io in VTEX, you can create new components. You can create new apps within VTEX. Is the future of live shopping also going to give that power to our ecosystem to build up within live shopping?
So it's a powerful question. I'm going to rephrase to until I understand. Are you asking me if I'm going to create a low-code framework to be able to enable the developers and brands to build on top of the live shopping solution? Is the question? Perfect. The answer is yes, we are working on that, and it is not easy. This is the genius of Geraldo when he built VTEX.io. It is very easy to develop, more than ever, to develop fast things. Insecure things is easy, but to be able to build something that is scalable and secure is very hard. So today we don't have this, but I'm following the path of when we developed VTEX.io. When we developed VTEX.io, we have this, occurs to me, and this guy knows more than me. We start with our developers. Every developer has their own environment to be able to develop. Is correct? So then we create the capability to have different teams to develop different products and to put inside our platform. You got it? So the developers are the ones that are going to be able to do it. Today, to be honest, we have a team of 8 people right now. If Manu and Marcia is able to bring 2,000 clients, we will have 80 developers. When you have 80 developers, you will need 8 squads, 10 squads of developers working at the same time. Then is what we call, how we call it in VTEX.io, I just forget it, the environment that the clients have to work, and then to workspaces, exactly. In VTEX.io, we have the workspaces. And the idea is we are able to scale the solution. We will bring workspaces of live shopping, because it occurs to me that is the most powerful thing of VTEX.io.
One more here. So we've seen the structure, the architecture, and now I know a lot more about that. And you were talking about developers, and I was thinking that maybe you as an entrepreneur inside a big company, and I think that is called intrapreneur, could give the entire audience an advice or a few tips on how to assemble the team you assemble. Because I know the guys behind this, I know the guys on the commercial side, and we all, every one of us, we share a culture, but we didn't met each other before we started working for you. So what do you think, what are your thoughts about, or what could you share with the audience when you have to create a team that needs resilience, because not every day is a good day, and still come to work every day super motivated?
This is a very important question that make me move my feelings. So people are the most important assets. I told you at the beginning of the presentation, the business architecture. Remember that I told you I saw a trend 2 years ago, then we need to bring a product. We have the product, but the trend is not there. So then we need to bring marketing tools to accelerate the trend, to be able to surf the wave. Then you have the technical architecture. Then you have people architecture. The three are the same important. If you don't have the business, you don't have the architecture, and you don't have the people, it's not correct. In fact, if you don't have the people, you cannot do anything. And if the other two are missing, the people can help you to solve the problem of the first and the second architecture. So this is just the overview of a project of entrepreneur, and then how to choose the people. I have been interviewing people for the last, I'm not going to say I'm going to be too old, but for 25 years, you know. And the first thing is passion. Not even how much smart they are. All of us are very smart for different things. Our people are very smart of communication. Our other people are very smart, are intelligent to do technical things. Other people are very smart to do commercial things. So when I hear someone to say, I know this guy is not smart, what I'm seeing is the guy that is saying this is not smart enough to understand there are a lot of different type of intelligence. You got it? So this is the part of the architecture. So in this team, you need to bring people with passion. You need to have people with really technical knowledge. You need to have people that are able to work from night to day, not today to night, from night to day, like we did it. And then to allow them to feel that they are building something that improves their career and going to improve their life. And also to allow them to have mistakes. Of course, mistakes are hard, are expensive, but if an entrepreneur project, you are not able to have mistakes, it is not going to be successful. What you need to do is that you need to learn from every mistake. Every day you need to find, and it's not easy because everybody wants to hide their mistakes. Everybody wants, this is how these very bad schools and universities give us like they put this inside our chip, you know? You need to be perfect, you have no mistakes, you need to be embarrassed if you have mistakes. This is, so sorry my language, but it's shit. It is not more powerful things that the mistakes. This is how you build things. This is how you create products. But more important than anything, this is how you create trust and confidence for your people and your team. So please embrace the mistakes, and then you're going to have an amazing team like you are, guys.
Amazing.
Hola.
What you can see for sure in whole Santiago's team is bright eyes, sparky eyes. And I want to give an example of something like that happened today, which is we have been preparing for this for weeks. And Santi went to Alicia and said, Alicia, do you want to go up? Do you want to do it? And she's here, so I want to ask a round of applause for Alicia. Thank you very much for the energy, for the questions. I appreciate you being here. Oh, we have one more question. Let's do it.
Yes, please. Hi, Santiago. Hi, team. I am from Sony, and I have two questions. Right now, we are on VTEXDAY22. We are building our studio in Panama City, and we have 7 online stores. The first question is, with the same event, we have in parallel the 7 stores for live streaming video?
So the answer is, in this moment, don't. I think it's going to be ready for the next sprint in 20 days. Why? Because if you can go back, when I build the infra, go back to the infra, no problem. When I build the infra to give power for each of the event, we are creating a specific instance for each of the brand. And Sony is an instance for now.
Yeah.
So now I need to do the split of each instance of every Sony account. Why we did this? Because, for example, when you see YouTube or OBS, they have all the videos in just one instance. It's no problem for them because they don't need the interaction that we have. So I am splitting this. Going to be 20 days, more than that, and you're going to have the 6 countries at the same time. It's just one. So it's going to be fast.
Okay, and the second question, sorry, Santiago. what is, in simple words, simple steps, what did you suggest to make it happen? I want to go with live streaming video, for example, next week. What is your suggestion?
So what I am seeing is human interaction. What is not human interaction? A newscast, when you are seeing the news and everything is very prepared and set, it's not excited. I get excited when I see a person in the store making things like making mistakes, even to saying different things. This is what the people want. The people is going to laugh. The people are going to create and say something in the life. Yes, this is the thing that they want to see. This is what is life. So my proposal is, of course, we need to bring influencers, KOLs, to bring their audiences, so it's perfect. But also use the salesperson of the physical store. They have this native capability to communicate the product better than any influencers, better than you, better than me, better than the CEO of the company. So embrace this person that are in the physical store, create the capability for them, even if you need to trade them, and put live in 1 week. It's going to be easy.
Was the question about tips? I didn't hear it.
What?
Was it about tips to go live?
No, well,
Okay.
I think the question was basically, I want to go live
Maybe I didn't
fast.
hear
What do
it.
I do? This guy here, he's gonna talk to you
Oh,
in
he
a
can tell
second.
you.
We want to see you live very quickly too. So I want to thank everybody. It was amazing, super high energy. Appreciate it. Thank you very much.